Alright, what's going on, guys? It's T-Bone, and today we'll be talking about what the best attunement is. Now, these statistics were shown by Archmage himself on the most used attunement in Chime, and I'm just gonna go off of that because, that's where all the sweats are, right? So this list will be going from worst to best, and the worst attunement right now is Iron Sing, which is pretty surprising after seeing Iron Tether, which is really broken. I do know that Iron Sing did just catch a bunch of nerfs, so I'm not surprised that it's at the bottom of the list, and Iron Tether is like the only thing that it has, really. Scrap Singer is pretty good because it steals armor and gives it to you, but that's really about it for Iron Sing. Alright, so the next thing on the list is Gale. And wow, I know Gale got heavily nerfed, so I'm not surprised that it's like the second worst thing right now, because I'm pretty sure they nerfed Astral Wind, they made it so you can vent out a Rising Wind, and they decreased the hitbox for Gale Lunge, which is pretty crazy, but it still does have Inhale and Aftercut, so you're getting extra damage and a speed boost. Not to mention, they do have another path, the White Gale path, which basically gives you free damage from dodging, but I heard it's not that good from people that I know that use it. I haven't used it yet personally, but yeah, that's it for Gale. Now the next one on the list is Shadow, which that's pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie, because it was meta for a while, but I know Blood Shadow did just get heavily nerfed, and it steals ether and not health anymore, which is, like, why would you want that if you're already playing Shadow and it already steals ether from the mantras? And there also is Shadow Flame or Black Flame, whatever you want to call it, but I guess it's more reliant on fire, so I can see why it's there. Next on the list is Lightning, and Lightning is pretty solid. It has the stun and it has the bullet pull path. The mantras are really good, especially Rising Thunder and Stormblades. I know it did have static flash clones before the nerf, before it could be cancelled. You could just use it to get out of an M1 combo. It's basically like a free evasive, which is pretty broken. And it also does have Storm's Eye, which is a pretty solid weapon. And it is a legendary weapon, so it has a custom crit or whatever. And the crit is pretty good. You can cancel it after the third one, so there's no end leg. Now we are getting into the top 3 on the list, and the next one is Flame, which I feel like it'd be the number 1 or the number 2 on the list. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to be the third one, but with the rework of Flame Wisp, it basically buffed flame builds. Also the guard break on Flame Fireblade, which that's like probably the best guard break in the game besides like Strong Left. I know Ash Slam is really solid. Basically all the mantras on Flame are really solid except for like Flame Repulsion. Alright, so the next one on the list is Ice, and I'm not gonna lie, that is my favorite attunement, so I'm kind of happy that it's high up on the list in the number 2 spot. But I can see why Ice is here in this spot, because it has Saint J, and all the moves are solid except for like maybe Ice Blade and like Warden Blades. I know Rising Frost is a really good move, Ice Cubes is a really good move, Ice Eruption is good for combos, and it's just pretty solid in general. Also Frozen Servants is really fast, and don't forget about the Orbital Ice talent, which gives you basically damage reduction. Like I think it's like 15%, but it does scale off your ice. Also, do not forget about the Hunter Frostdraw talent, where if you hit somebody's block with your ice mantra, it procs the frost effect through their block, which is pretty good, considering that the frost effect is what procs Saint J, so you can steal heals. And the number 1 on the list, the best attunement, well, would you really call it an attunement? It's no attunement. I'm not surprised, because LFT, it's just broken. It did get nerfed, but it's still really good, and you have a bunch of leftover points because it's basically going to Hero Blade with the 100 points in willpower. And you can get a ton of talents, because most people usually go monster mantras with like LFT or just no attunement in general, so you can heavily min-max your build and then get as much talents as you need. But that is basically it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like and sub, and also join my Discord server down below. Thank you guys for watching.